Hello everybody, welcome to the Wild Garden Farms kitchen. Today this is going to be a quick video because this is one of the easiest and the most famous recipes that you will make. I say that even people who don't do herbs do this. Today we are making elderberry syrup. It is very easy to make. It is very tasty and delicious. Kids will take it. Even people who don't do herbs will take it. And everybody, I feel like for the most part, has heard about some of these benefits, that it helps to prevent cold and flu, that it helps to shorten the duration of cold and flu, that it helps with chest congestion and just getting that gunk out of our bodies. And it is tasty and delicious. So we are gonna make some elderberry syrup. So let me show you just how easy it is. Dried elderberries, you can order these online. We are putting 2 cups into a pot. Whoops, a little over 2. All right, so that is step 1. There are a million different things you can add. You can add vanilla extract. You can add, so I'm adding ginger and cinnamon today and a little bit of cardamom. You can add vanilla extract to it. You can add peppercorns. You can add some turmeric if you want. You can add, think of all of like the pumpkin spice, fall, delicious, warming spices. Let's see what else I have in the recipe. Oh, orange zest, cloves you can add. You could add some pine needles in there for some vitamin C. You could add a little bit of lemon. Really make it your own. I'm keeping it simple and straightforward. I'm making some syrup for a bunch of mamas. So I'm doing some chopped, I think my recipe says grated cinnamon, but I'm chopping it today because I just felt like dicing and I didn't feel like grating. So you can do that. I'm gonna put some 2 cinnamon sticks in there. And then my extra add-in today is going to be cardamom. I love cardamom. It is fantastic for the belly. It is nervous system soothing, and it is also mood boosting. It's just one of my favorites. So that's all. Put it in a pot. You get some water. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then because I had some extra that piled up over this cup, I'm just gonna fill this up, and I'm gonna let it cook. So you're gonna want to turn it on low or medium, get it gently simmering, and we're just gonna let this simmer. So the elderberries need to rehydrate. And we're aiming for a little bit of reduction, so you don't want to cover it, reduction in the amount of liquid. Because essentially, y'all, all we're doing, this is going to go for 30 minutes. We're going to cut off the heat. It's going to continue to infuse for an hour. We're going to strain it and add honey, and that's it. Easy peasy. So I'm going to bring this to a simmer and then turn it down. You don't want to leave the house. You want to check on it every 5 minutes or so just to make sure it's not boiling over and we're not losing too much water here. We want some syrup, but I'm just going to let it go for about half an hour. Gently simmering for about half an hour. All right, so this has been bubbling for about half an hour. Please excuse the dirtiness. I'm going to turn it off and just let it infuse for 1 hour. It has been an hour. Everything in this pot is nice and infused. The kitchen smells amazing, like fall. It's cinnamon and ginger. And the next step is to strain. So I have another bowl here. It's ceramic, it's pourable. Got a little spout on it. I love that. And I've got a strainer. Now you can use a metal strainer. Look at how deep and dark and delicious that is. You can use a metal strainer. You can use a cheesecloth. You can use a nut milk bag. Whatever pleases you. Whatever you have. I'm just going to strain this through. Be careful because It will stain. Okay. One benefit of using a nut milk bag or a cheesecloth is that you can really get all of the liquid out. You can squeeze it out. I'm gonna make another round of this. It won't be as strong, but that's okay. I may add a little bit more of the fresh dried, if that makes sense. I'm gonna press this out, and then I may make, I think I'm gonna do another batch. I'll add some more fresh ginger, a little bit more elderberry. It's just so dark and yum. It's hard for me to pour that out. So you can do another batch. Again, it won't be as strong, but so here is this strained, delicious liquid. Can you see? Medicine, incredible. So it is slightly bitter after, simmering for about half an hour, after infusing for an hour. So we're gonna add some honey. Get yourself some raw local honey, and we're gonna add in a couple cups. So if you want to follow the recipe for exact measurements, you can find that recipe in the comments or in the instructions below, in the details below, or you can do it your own way. So it is up to you how much sweetener you want to add. I like adding honey. I like the thicker syrup. I like it to really for the throat benefits. This is, how honey is for your immune system as well. It's really good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Gotta stop licking my fingers. So I'm gonna pour in about 2 cups with this pot that we made here. I'm just gonna eyeball it actually. But if you want to measure, you can. So it looks about like 1 cup and 2 cups there. Okay. Definitely have to clean that off. And then just give it a good stir to make sure that the elderberry mixture, the decoction, so technically it's a decoction since we've cooked it on the stove for half an hour. We've simmered. And you just want to make sure that this is nice and incorporated. Sometimes it's a little challenging to get your honey to incorporate. Well, I recommend either putting it in a jar and shaking it like crazy. You can very gently reheat it if you want to help to blend in the honey, but it blends in quite nicely if you just give it a stir. You're going to want to store this in the fridge. You're going to want to take about a teaspoon to a tablespoon a day. Said a tablespoon of elderberry syrup a day keeps the doctor away. And if you start feeling just achy or cruddy, you can up that to a couple times a day. Now, if you're in like full-blown sickness mode, you probably don't want to take elderberry. It does boost your immune system. So if your immune system is if you're already working really hard to get rid of something, you might want to give it a break on the elderberry. This is mostly for prevention and just at the beginning to shorten the symptoms and the length of your cold or flu. And it goes phenomenally in studies head to head with the flu vaccines. It is quite incredible what this plant can do. All right. You guys, it's so good. It is perfect for fall. It's got that berry flavor. It's the warmth from the ginger and cinnamon. You get the immune and the anti-inflammatory and the antioxidant benefits from the berries, the cinnamon, and the ginger. That nice little bit of like creamy spiciness from the cardamom. You don't have to add it. Again, vanilla would be lovely in here. Play with it, make it your own. Store it in the fridge. You can thicken it up, adding a little more honey to make an actual syrup for pancakes. You can add this to tea. Sometimes I'll just do a tablespoon or 2 in my tea as the sweetener. It's delicious. So play, have fun, so easy. You saw how easy it is to make your elderberry syrup. Take it daily, keep it in the fridge, and keep your body feeling good. We'll see you next week.